Okay, great. This is where it gets really interesting. So we did the basic shapes of chords 4 and 5 in a previous video, but now we're introducing two new shapes, one for the 4 chord and one for the 5 chord. Okay? So here's the thing. When you play a C chord and then you have to move to the F chord, that is from the 1 chord to the 4, if you do it the original way, you'd find you have to make a very large jump. So what we do as professional keyboardists is we try to find the chord that is closest to the one we're leaving from. So if we're going from the 1 chord to the 4 chord, we need a 4 chord that's closest to the 1 chord, which is what we have here. We now have the F chord, or the 4 chord in the key of C, in second inversion. Now don't worry about the second inversion part. We'll do a separate lesson on inversions of chords. Let's just focus on the actual shape that you need for now. So as you can see here, you've got C in the right hand, F and A. And we'll use the thumb on the C. We'll use the third finger or middle finger on the F. And we'll use the 5th finger on the A. And that's the sound you'll get, that's the shape you'll have right here. In the left hand, you've got the F, which is the 4, and you can use your index finger to play that. So together, sounds like that. Now, the 5 chord is also treated with a new shape, and this time we've got B, D, and G. The thumb plays the B, index finger or point finger plays the D, and the little finger plays the G. That's what it sounds like. And you use your left thumb to play the low G in the left hand together with that. Okay? So, what I want you to do is look at the next section of this video where you actually get to see screenshots of an overhead view of the keyboard with me playing so you can see the shapes in real time. And then I'll explain to you a really special technique for helping you to learn these chord shapes. Have a look at this. Okay, so previously we looked at the basic shape and formation. In the left hand we used our little finger on the C, the low C. Okay, and at the same time we had our right hand thumb on C, middle on E, and little on G. Okay, so that's how it looked all together. Then we also went to the 4 chord where we said index finger would play the F, and in the right hand the thumb would be on F, middle on A, and the little on C. So it sounds all together like this. And we also did the 5 chord where we used the thumb on the G, we used the thumb in the right hand on G as well, middle on B, and a little on D. Okay, and that together sounded like that. So you probably moved around like that and so on. Then we went ahead and introduced 2 new shapes, particularly for the 4 chord, which is F, and the 5 chord, which is G. Let's have a look at this. So on the 4 chord, you've got index finger on F as normal, and in the right hand, we now have thumb on C, middle finger on F, and little finger on A. Okay? So that's the 4 chord, the new shape. And then for the 5 chord, we've got the thumb on the G, and we've got thumb in the right hand on B, index finger on D, and the little finger on G at the top. So that's the G shape we introduced. Because why? it's much closer to the original C shape, which is root position, C major triad. Okay, so it's a root position chord. And we want to go to the 4. That's it there, the new shape. And that's the 5. It's really close to each other. These chords are all close to each other, and that makes it a lot easier to play. So, in terms of how you practice these chords, I want to introduce you to the Holden Technique. Now, this is where you actually play the chord down and you hold it in position for at least 5 to 10 minutes, at least twice a day. You do this for approximately 2 weeks, and you'll really have a good control of these chords. I'll suggest you play these chords and hold them in position just as I'm doing now, while listening to one of your favorite tunes, maybe a song by one of your favorite artists. And once you've listened it through twice, you should have approximately 10 minutes that would have transpired. Okay? And you do the same thing for each shape. So perhaps you have a 15 to 30 minute session using this Holden technique. Okay? So all the best with this. And as you practice, make sure you remember to think about what you're doing and sing the melodies and note intervals wherever it's possible. Very important to sing and think about it mentally as well. Alright? So all the best as you practice.